Hi everyone, happy Mother's Day. Today we have a session on hacks with five wonderful mothers. All of us are busy, and so many times people tell me I don't have time to make whole food, plant based food, and um, we want the best for our children, and what we do is going to inspire our children. So let's see if we can do this. And I'm not a mother, but I do cook for myself every single day, and I have a very long schedule, and I still manage to do it. So we're going to share with you our hacks so that you can do it yourself and hopefully see the results.
Thank you, Doctor. Now, hello, everyone. I'm Vandana, and I would just like to share a little bit about myself. I have started this whole food plant-based lifestyle in 2015 because of my disease. I was suffering from and struggling from hypothyroidism. At one point, my TSH levels have gone very high, and I was told that I would need lifelong medication. So I was very worried about it, but there was no option, no solution at all. So then I had to take medicines, and for so many years, almost 17 years, I was just be on medicine, but keep searching for something which will help me. Then I found about SHARAN, and then definitely that was my life's turning point to understand the power of the food and lifestyle, because our doctor never told me to change anything from my lifestyle. And then gradually, with the proper nutrition and guidance from Sharan, I was able to reverse my condition and become medicine free. Along with that, I lost 13 kilos. So it was like felt more energetic, and the impact on my health was so good. And then I got a deeper connection with my health, even with the nature. So I started appreciating nature as well. The impact on my family was also very beautiful. My husband lost around 10 kilos and become healthier. My elder son, who was suffering from eczema since childhood, when he was 5 years old, saw a major improvement after removing dairy and recovered within few months. Even my younger son, who is an athlete, and he was able to be on plant-based lifestyle and continued performing very well in sports. So I love cooking, so I also learned how to cook without using like any oil or any dairy product. So I started going for the classes so that I can improve my cooking with this healthy way. So just by simpling like simple steaming and roasting method, I prepared all my sabji and everything without any oil, and that only I'm going to show today. And this was like very healthy but very tasty. And now today I'm going to talk about kitchen hacks, which will be little simple, and like if we are working mothers or something, like it will be helpful for anyone, because the small things when you prepare your cooking becomes easy. We have to do little faster way. So how we can do simple dal tadka or making a sabji very fast, so those things I'm going to show you. So now I'll just start my talking. Okay, so now yeah, so I'm going to show you how you can make simple dry tadka without any oil, and that you can prepare and keep it for a longer time in your kitchen. And whenever you are making anything, and for tempering, no need to do it separately. When you, if this is prepared, you are sorted, like just boil your dal and you can add this tadka. So today I'm going to show you one tadka, how to make it, and plus different variation for it. So I will just like to show you the ingredient first tadka which I am making. So this is, yeah, so I'm taking some mustard seeds, mustard, some cumin seeds, and this is asafoetida. So this is like the simple tadka when we do it, like for the dal or any sabji, mustard and cumin. This is optional. If you want, you can use it. So what I was doing now, I'm going to take a pan, switch on the flame, and first make your pan nice and hot. So as soon as it become hot, you have to add the mustard seeds. So now I'm adding mustard. So this is quite a lot of mustard, right? Because I am just preparing and keep it for a whenever I want to make tadka. For that purpose, I am keeping this. So I am just going to roast the mustard. It already contains mustard oil inside, so no need of putting any oil into it. It will roast automatically. Just we have to wait till it becomes till it starts spluttering, and then even I can add some cumin. So I will just wait for a few seconds. So you can hear the sound. Yeah, now I'm going to add the cumin seeds as well and then start roasting. You can always lower the flame after this. We don't have to burn the mustard. Yeah, now I'm getting nice aroma. I will just switch off the flame because pan is already hot. So it will get roasted properly. Now pan is hot. I'm going to add the hing powder and then roast it. This is optional. If you want, you can add, otherwise you can skip. And the thing is, I have added the powder stuff later after switching off the flame because otherwise it will get burned. If you want to add any other powder while doing these things, you should always switch off the flame and then you should do it. So this is ready. Now I am going to shift this in a plate and then we can store in a bottle. So I will show you what else we have done. So this is the one technique how you can do the oil-free tadka. Same way, I have done few things I am going to show you. Okay. So same way, what I have done, I have roasted the mustard and cumin. This is curry leaves. So curry leaves also I have roasted. You can hear the sound, nice and crispy. So this also I have roasted and kept it ready. These are curry leaves. So this is ready. And after roasting this separately, if you want, you can mix with this tadka. And if you want to keep it like every day, if you are doing curry patta tadka, so that you can mix and keep it in a bottle. Okay. Then what else we can do? So in some vegetables or some recipes, we use roasted urad dal. So that also you can roast and keep it separately. Then I have roasted some chana dal. So on a chana dal will take little extra time. So you just keep some patience and on a slow to medium heat, we should roast this chana dal. Then I have roasted some red chili. So these are the red chili. Nice and crispy it's become. And then roast and keep it ready. So whenever you want to do, you can choose the combination. When you keep these things separate, so what you want for that recipe, accordingly you can choose the combination. So these are the things. Now I'm going to pour this, become little cool down. So I'm going to pour this tadka also to it. these are the all different variety. And same way, if you want the green chili, that takes little time. You have to fine chop and then you have to uh, roast it properly, or you can bake it till it becomes nice and crisp. There should be no moisture into it. And then that also you can keep it ready. So these things are ready. So when you boil your dal, you can always add any of this, whatever you like even red chili. Same way, you can bake the garlic and you can keep that as well if you like the garlic flavor. But usually we do these kind of things and keep it ready. So this is our tadka. Now I'm going to show you how you can make very quick vegetable by steaming and roasting method.
And Vandana, while you do that, could
Yeah.
you tell them how long you can keep these roasted things? Like you can make them in a bottle and keep them for how long?
Yes. So these are all dry tadka. We have not used anything, so it will not get spoiled. But usually I make it for 15 days. So this will last for 15 days. You saw the quantity, around 1/4 cup of dal each I roasted, and then same way roasted the mustard and things. So 15 days is fine. You can make it for 15 days, and then you can make it fresh. The fresh is always good, but yeah, definitely we all are traveling, working, and we are coming home, so we need something ready so that we can make it in a faster way.
Thank you for that. I make it for months and keep it ready.
Yeah.
I just buy the whole package of mustard seeds and prepare it all so that it's ready for me for all the time till it gets over. And it works, so you don't have to do
Yes,
things again and
yes,
again.
yes, it works. Okay. So now, what are the ingredients I am using for the vegetable? So this is some steamed vegetable like cauliflower, potatoes, and green peas. If you see, I have not removed any skin of the potatoes as well. So accordingly, now you can take any of your choice of vegetables like French beans, carrots, whatever you like. So I have just steamed these vegetables and just made a simple puree of tomato, one green chili, and ginger. This is the puree ready, the raw puree and steamed vegetables. Now masalas, you can choose accordingly what you like. I have just taken the basic masala, turmeric powder, red chili powder, little bit of cumin powder, Himalayan pink salt, some garam masala, and coriander powder. And for garnish, I have taken some fresh coriander leaves. So what we are going to do, when vegetable is steamed on one side and you are starting the roasting one side, it becomes hardly 5 minutes to make your vegetable. I have taken the yeah. So now I'm just waiting to pan to get heated properly. So now I told you how to roast your mustard and cumin. But for this festival, I don't want mustard. I am just going to use some cumin seeds. So I'm going to roast some cumin seeds and then we are going to roast our tomato puree.
And while she's at it, for that matter, you can even roast the mustard seeds separately, the cumin seeds separately, everything separately, so you can mix and match and add whenever you require.
So I have just added some cumin and I'm roasting it. So when you are not using any oil, definitely you get nice aroma of the herbs, whatever you are using. As soon as you get the aroma of the cumin, even you can hear the sound. Now I'm going to add the tomato puree. So this way you can steam any of your vegetable and make it. Same way you can steam bhindi as well. Just add some spices to bhindi and steam it. Now I'm going to roast a little bit and then I'm going to add the spices so that that also get roasted properly with this. So now I'm adding some turmeric powder, red chili powder, garam masala, coriander powder, and some salt and cumin powder. Now mix this properly. And any time if you feel that it is getting dry or something, I need to add some water. So you can always sprinkle some water, 1 or 2 teaspoons of water, just to roast masala properly. And if you want like little gravy kind of thing, then you can add more water. If you want make dry, just like coat the vegetable, then you can do it in this way. So I'm just going to roast this for a minute so that all raw smell of this masalas goes away. And now we are going to add steamed vegetables to it. Even when you're steaming your vegetable, then same water under your this steamer, you can use it to add it to your vegetable instead of plain water. So now I'm just adding cauliflower and peas.
So you can just imagine that within 5 minutes she could have cooked everything, because if she had put the vegetables to steam, that would take 5 minutes. In that much time, the masala is ready, and now it just has to be mixed in, and everything will be ready. Vandana, we can't hear you now. No, because uh, the the top view has gone.
Yeah. Can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
now I can hear.
Yeah. So now I'm just mixing the vegetables and tomato gravy and cooking it a little bit so that all the masala and tomato coat nicely with the vegetable. So this is getting cooked and I added little bit of water to it so that this all gravy and vegetable is properly coated. Now this is all mixed properly. Already vegetables are cooked. There is no need of it. But yeah, after this also you can just cover for 2 minutes and cook on a low flame for some time and then your vegetable is ready. So I'm just cooking this.
And Vandana, maybe you can lift the pan and show, because the
Yes.
top view is gone. But
Yeah. Yes.
okay, so everyone must have got the idea. Do you want to add anything more to this?
Yes. Recording in progress. Leave the audio.
Vandana, you can just lift the pan and show. We don't need the top view. You just show, lift it at an angle so that it can be seen. So We can't hear you, huh, now?
Deepa, can you spotlight the top view? I think she's on.
Okay, great. It looks wonderful. Thank you, Vandana, for these tips. And so it's just to show that all of this can be done in a short period of time if you plan it and have a few things ready, like the tadka. You could even make the paste in advance and freeze it so that you don't need to make it every time. And you can have amazing food ready at any time that you want. Thank you, Vandana, for that. Okay, I'm going to ask Dr. Aarti. Dr. Aarti is our cardiologist and she is a mother as well. Vandana, Aarti, and all the other people who are going to present today are mothers. And Dr. Aarti is going to share her kitchen hacks that she uses with her children. Dr. Aarti, would you like to start?
Thank you, Dr. Nandita ma'am. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. And my journey with the whole food plant-based nutrition started way back in 2018. One of my diabetic patients came back to me and told me that he had reduced his 8 medications to 2 medications with plant-based nutrition. Usually, it is the doctor who guides the patient, but over here, it was my patient who was guiding me. And I myself had gestational diabetes during pregnancy, and I did not want frank diabetes in future. And that is how I started my whole food plant based journey. I lost almost 5 to 6 kgs of weight, and I regained health. I could not even imagine running marathons earlier, which I'm doing right now. And I'm also energetic even at the end of the day. So I myself advocate whole food plant based lifestyle to all my patients, and they definitely see the benefits in it and when they follow the whole food plant based lifestyle. So, along with being a professional, I'm also a mother to a teenager, and there are some kitchen hacks which I follow. So one of the kitchen hack is this sattu drink. I prepare this sattu drink using sattu powder. So sattu powder is roasted red chana powder, which I keep ready. I mix 1 spoon of sattu powder with 1 small spoon of date paste, which again I keep ready, and blend it with 1 glass of water. And my teenager son drinks this every day before going to school, and I also drink this as my post workout drink. So this is very easy to prepare. You just need to keep your sattu powder and date paste ready. And sattu powder can last because it is dry roasted red chana powder. It can last for a very long time, even up to a month in normal dabba outside. You don't need to refrigerate. Second kitchen hack which I follow is this hummus. This has the goodness of white chole chana and white sesame seeds. And I always keep a dabba of hummus in my refrigerator, and it lasts for 1 week to 10 days. So I use this hummus as to layer the roti. I make a wrap. So I layer the roti with hummus, green chutney, and I put some vegetables which are grated. And I make a wrap which my son loves. And I also use this for myself as a dip for my salads. Sometimes I water it down and use it as a dressing for my salad. So this comes very handy and it lasts for many days in the refrigerator. So these are some of my kitchen hacks which I use to make things easier.
Thank you, Dr. Aarti. And yes, that hummus is very versatile and it's also easy to make, isn't it?
Yes.
Like you
Yes.
just um steam the chickpeas or put them in a pressure cooker and put all the ingredients together. And that recipe is on our website for
Yes.
the viewers. So you can also go to our website, take the hummus recipe, and just to let you know, there are a whole lot of spread recipes, spreads for breads that you can use to make the wraps. And the wrap is a great way to not use bread, which could be maida, but to use whole wheat rotis and make a wonderful snack, meal, whatever, right? Thank you, Dr. Aarti, for that tip.
Thank you, ma'am.
Great. And so now I want to invite Komal. Komal is our health coach, nutritionist. She also is a facilitator and does cooking classes. And so, Komal, would you like to share your story and your hacks?
Yes, sure, doctor. Thank you so much. Doctor, before I start, can you make Nipa the co-host? She was logged out.
Yes, sure.
Thanks. So, hello everyone. Happy Women's Day to all of you.
1 minute.
Yeah. And my journey with Sharan started about 10 years ago. That's when I met Dr. Nandita at Ahimsa Festival. At that point, I had hypothyroidism and I had accepted the fact that I will live with it and I'm still healthy because my mother, my aunt had this issue, this hypothyroidism since very long. And doctor had convinced me that one medicine in the morning will be for lifetime and you are healthy, you are good to go with that. I was totally convinced, and there was no thinking further. So, meeting doctor there, I saw a lot of people were flocking around her asking for health issues. So, I didn't talk to her at that time, but I went home, I Googled her up, and I saw a few PETA videos. And I was totally shaken up. Being a vegetarian and from a Jain family, I felt I was very ignorant, and based on compassion, I left dairy immediately. I was very lost. What do I have? I was hooked on to morning Bonvita milk, to cheeses, to ghee, to curd and chash. So gradually I learned stuff from Sharan website and Sharan cooking classes, and I started cooking differently. As I started doing this, I realized that my symptoms of hypothyroidism were going away. Like my acidity and gaseousness went away within almost 3 weeks. My skin started improving. My hair started improving. Hair fall reduced considerably. The quality of my hair is much better than it used to be earlier. And my energy levels improved majorly. My weight started losing. I mean, I lost about 8 to 9 kgs of weight in 6 months, which was outstanding. So this was a change I saw, and then I thought I want to continue this for life. So gradually I turned to whole food plant-based lifestyle, and I was feeling very lonely. Like I didn't have people at home who were following this at that point of time. So I thought, let me join Sharan. So I got trained under Dr. Nandita. I joined Sharan. I learned more about nutrition, became a nutritionist, holistic nutritionist, and now I'm helping people reverse diseases under Sharan. So when I shifted to this lifestyle, I stopped offering dairy to my daughter also. At that time, she was 4 years old. And so her consumption of dairy got down from maybe 100% to 20%. Just this small change made a big difference to her. She was going to some, I think, play group or something, and then she was getting fevers every month there. But this reduced, the frequency reduced considerably, and she stopped getting fevers over a period of time. Now we don't have any family doctor that we need to visit unless it is a fracture or something like that. We need to go to a doctor, but we really don't need to go to any doctor, touch wood. Yeah, so this was the changes I felt. And now let me share the hacks that I have decided to share with you. The first hack is being a mother. You need to be really, aware what your kids are having, right? So always keep fruits within the reach of your children so that they can grab any time that they are hungry in between the meals or in the morning when they wake up, so that they get into a habit of eating fruits. Second is involve your kids in the planning and prepping of the meals, because when they are involved, they'll be much happier to eat whatever is made, right? Then, being in this lifestyle, green smoothie is something that I just live on it. Like it's like my morning chai. Okay, I can't live without the green smoothie in the morning. It gives me that energy for the day. It's full of nutrients also. I'm not getting into that part right now. But if we want our children to lead a healthy life, we need to live it, right? And that's why I live it. And to make it easier, what I do is the morning green smoothies, I keep the greens ready on a regular basis. So I wash the greens and I keep them in a mull cloth. I'll just show you how I do it. I wash the greens, I dry them. You can dry it in um there is a dryer that you get. Then okay. Then I have dried these greens. These are pudina, mint leaves. Then you take a mull cloth and just wrap it loosely. Okay. When you wrap it loosely, and then you can keep this box in the fridge, right? Now, whenever you want to have your smoothie, you can just remove this green leaves. You can add the frozen bananas. Frozen bananas make the smoothie very delicious. So I just buy bananas in a bulk, about 5 kgs. When they ripen, they turn darker in color. I just peel them, cut them into two pieces, and put it in a steel dabba into a freezer. So I just remove a few frozen bananas, the green leaves, and blend it with a little water, and my green smoothie is ready. As simple as that. I don't have to put much time in the morning, right? And even my child can do it whenever she feels like having a green smoothie. Then, along with the bananas, sometimes whenever you have other fruits which are really ripened, for me, it happens with the strawberries, it happens with mangoes, even lychee and pineapple. So, whenever they're overripe and I don't have time to eat them, I'll just cut them into pieces and freeze them. And these frozen fruits can also be added to your green smoothies, right? Now, moving ahead, there are a lot of things that we need to keep ready because you have kids at home. My daughter, she was also vegan for 2 years, and it was really difficult to, um, you know, being a teenager, they get really influenced by food outside. So then, to keep her grounded in this lifestyle, I used to keep a lot of things ready at home. So what all do I used to keep ready is one is cashew cheese. So cashew cheese recipe, Deepa will share with you. I'll just explain to you in small, very quickly. Soak your cashews for at least 4 to 6 hours, then blend to a smooth paste and keep it in a glass jar. This is a glass jar. Keep it and don't cover it fully. Just keep it half covered and keep it for about 6 to 8 hours. When I kept the cashew paste in this, it was so much. Okay. And then I kept for about about 8 hours, not 4 hours, 8 hours. It rose. It rose till here, right? And can you see the bubbles, air bubbles in this air pockets? So that's the rising part. It's fermented, and if you smell it, you'll get a sour smell. So this your cashew cheese is ready. This you can store in your fridge for about 8 to 10 days. And whenever you need to use it, like how you can use it, I use it for pasta, pizza, cheese toast, even as a dressing, even as a dip, you can use it. Just take a little cheese that you want to use, add salt, add the flavors. Generally, I use chili flakes, mixed herbs, etc. to add to it. Okay. Let me just show inside also. If you just open it, you'll see a lot of air pockets. Yeah. So that's your cheese ready. So this is something that you can always keep it for your kids. They love it. We also love it for sure. Yeah. The second thing that I keep ready is Nutella sauce. So there are two ways of making Nutella. Nipa can share with you the Nutella recipe, which is after roasting the hazelnuts. That is amazing. You can keep it outside for about 3 months. But we at my place, I love making Nutella sauce because it's very easily spreadable and all. So I'll just tell you how do I make this Nutella sauce. So I've kept it in that Nutella bottle only, so my daughter feels that it is the actual Nutella. Okay. So you soak the equal quantities of hazelnuts and cashews, add some, and then soak it for about 4 hours. Take it in a blender, mixer jar, add some dates to it. That depends on the how sweet you need it. Add some cacao powder, vanilla extract, and some water, and make a fine paste like this. Yeah. So that's your Nutella sauce. Again, this lasts in the fridge for about 8 days to 10 days. And believe me, it won't last. It is so delicious. It gets over within 2, 3 days. You can use it on the toast. You can use it on your cakes as a um, icing. You can use it on your cupcakes. It's amazing. Yeah. So now, the next thing that I want to share with you, my daughter loves hot chocolate. Okay, and every day making the plant-based, we are not used to having plant-based milk on a daily basis, at least I. So making it for her was not so easy. So I made some powder. So you just take some one tablespoon of this powder and blend it with water, and 1 cup of hot chocolate is ready. So how do I make this powder? I just take some cashews, take some, for this I'm using jaggery. So I take some jaggery powder, some cacao powder, and I just blend it to a fine powder, and it is ready. You just add 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoon in a cup of water, blend it very well and heat it, and your chocolate milk is ready. So that as simple as that. Then coming to evening meals. Evening meals is when, that's when the children are very hungry, especially when they come back from school. They're very hungry and they just gorge on something that is unhealthy. So I keep some balls ready, energy balls or laddus, whatever you want to call it. So these are always ready in my fridge. So this is just roasted peanuts, roasted sesame seeds, powdered, coarsely powdered. I add some mashed dates to this, and the balls are ready. Yeah, and make the balls. You can make this with nuts and seeds also. You can actually play with whatever you want to like it, and just add some mashed dates to it, and your balls will be ready. Uh, Nipa has shared one recipe on the chat box also. And now, one more thing I want to share with you. Uh, Salads. Salads is something that I have started since I've been on this lifestyle, and since I'm having this on a regular basis. It's a norm at home to have salad along with the meals, and you really need to make it delicious. So when sometimes, when you're out or you're going out, you want to give the salads to your children in your tiffin, how do you give it? It becomes very liquidy. So this is a salad on the go jar. This I've made. You can just put it upside down and your salad is ready. And this is a meal replacer jar, kind of salad kind of jar. Okay, so how I have made, just let me show you, explain it to you. So this is the salad dressing. How to make the salad dressing? Nipa has shared a link with you. There'll be lots of salad dressings in there. You can make any of it. This one I've made with peanuts, roasted peanuts. Okay. So once the first layer was peanut dressing, to that I added some tofu, if you can see. So when I add this tofu to the salad dressing, the tofu will actually get marinated and delicious. After that, I have added some sprouts, mung sprouts. So after that, I've added some cooked vegetables, which is steamed broccoli and steamed sweet corn. You can add anything like sweet potatoes steamed, or instead of sprouts, you can add some chickpeas, or you can add kala chana cooked rajma. It depends on what you like. Then I've added some raw vegetables cut. I had three colored bell peppers in my fridge and zucchini, so I added those. To top, I added some basil leaves, and I ended with some roasted almonds and roasted sunflower seeds. Okay. So if I just put it down on the plate, my salad will be ready. You can take it to your office also. You don't have many a times, most of my clients say, I cannot have salad, it's too much to do. So if you do this, you can actually easily take it to your office, keep it in your fridge, in the fridge in the office and put it on a plate. So these are some of the hacks that I wanted to share. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Komal. I think those were amazing. Just for our viewers, the jaggery is only for those people who are not trying to reverse diseases but are on maintenance or don't have any disease. And of course, hopefully, most of our children are like that, so we
Yeah.
can use some jaggery here and there to keep them happy, right? And Nipa has been sharing all these recipes with you in the chat box. But if you miss those, don't forget all these recipes are on our website as well.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. So now I'm going to invite Jayashri. Jayashri is our counselor, and Jayashri also does a few cooking classes and things. But the main thing about Jayashri is that she got a recurrence of cancer within 9 months of chemotherapy. And that's when she changed her whole lifestyle and everything. And now Jayashri, correct me, 20 years, 18 years? It's been a number of years, and she has had no 18. Huh? Okay, you're muted yet. It's been 18 years that she hasn't had this cancer again. So Jayashri, over to you.
Yes, thank you, doctor. And happy Mother's Day to everyone here. And doctor, it's about 16 years now, not 18. I couldn't unmute myself. So as doctor said, I had a relapse in 2008 and 2007 I was treated and I came out of cancer, I thought. So when it relapsed, it was really bad, of course. So that's when I read Louise's book, The Power Within You. And that changed my entire way I looked at cancer. I realized cancer should not be only treated, but I needed to heal it from within. I needed to look into my physical, mental, emotional, spiritual relationship stressors. And that is where I started. So I really needed to look at my food, what I needed to eat. And Louise herself is a uterine cancer survivor. She said I ate bowls of raw food. So that is when I started trying raw food, even in spite of what the doctor says. So during my treatment, and within 2 days of eating just a bowl of carrot and all of that, I started actually feeling better. My mouth ulcers went away, my constipation got better. So, then I really realized that I needed to look something into food. And I started Googling. I went to many websites and started understanding about whole food plant-based diet. And that is when I came across SHARAN website. I saw Dr. Nandita in a bike, and that really inspired me. And I said, I need to get back to health and, get there. And so I started eating raw, and really it helped me. And now it's so many years I'm doing so good. So, and since I was going through treatment and I was also unwell, so I really needed to do some hacks then to manage eating raw food as well as, even cooking for the family and a tasty food. So SHARAN website really helped me looking at all the recipes and trying to cook like that. So my first thing was to eat raw food. Now I am not a raw person. I'm a typical South Indian, born and brought up in a South Indian family where I never ate raw. I never ate fruits. So it was a little difficult thing. So I began eating a lot of fruits and, raw. So raw had to become tasty. So one of the things I really learned was to make dressings. So it's not like, it's time consuming to make a lot of dressing. So the easy dressing which I learned was, making dry dressings like this. I used to put peanuts, sesame, powder them and keep them, and salt. And so whenever I wanted, I could add it. So this is another dressing with nigella seeds and all that. So it's healthy. And so that was one thing. And so everybody ate the salad because it was tasty with this dressing. Then I learned to make wet dressings like this is the cashew dressing with tofu or mio or cashew seeds, which I started. I started making a lot of dressings. So I always saw to that I kept one or two dressings in the fridge. So this is the cashew, and these two are my favorite dressing, the peanut dressing. See, this is the peanut dressing where you just put peanuts and some dates and, tamarind and make the dressing. So these, I could mix it with the raw vegetables. I cut all the vegetables and just mix this dressing and eat it. And another thing, a hack which I had to learn was protein. Now, doctors would give a lot of protein powder, and that is something which I didn't like to have. So I started sprouting all my sprouts. So I always have 2, 3 sprouts in my fridge. So this is the moong, and this is the masoor. So all these I started sprouting, and the black chana. So when I have all these sprouts, I just mix it with my salads, and either I steam it, and I started making chila with them. I started making dal with them. So it became very easy for me to cook. Even the family ate it. I also ate it, and we all ate a healthy meal. And I started cooking without oil. So it helped me. And being a South Indian, definitely we needed coconuts. So I started grating a lot of coconut and putting it in the fridge. So this is what I grated yesterday, fresh coconut. So when you have coconut like this, it becomes very easy. You can put it in your sprouts also. It becomes like the typical South Indian chundal, or you can make it for a salad, or you can make the curries, the coconut milk. So life became very easy for me, and I started eating healthy. Another thing I learned to make, South Indian curds is a must, right? So now I was not having dairy curds, and everybody in the house was missing curds. So I learned to make the peanut curd. And, and once I made that, actually most of my problems were solved, because just a curd can be with rice, it can be made into that kadhi, it can be made into a raita where the raw will come. So the curd rice, I really, of course, the peanut curd was difficult, but later I learned it, and it comes out so well now. I think it's better than the market ones which you get now. And so this is something I learned to make, and every week I would make the curds, and it really helped me. And then so the family didn't mind eating food because it was tasty, it was oil free, it was healthy, and I could also eat it because it was the food which I really need to eat, right? And now it's so many years, I'm doing healthy, I'm very fine, and my full family follows it. My children were teens then, and they like to eat the smoothie and the salad, and now they have learned this way. So both of them, my son and daughter, cook without oil, and they have their smoothie, they have their salad. And my son is a marathon runner. Recently, he ran the 41 kilometer marathon at Milan. And my daughter too is really doing good cooking. She's set up her own house, and she cooks without oil, and also incorporated this lifestyle in her in-laws' house. So on the whole, I am doing very well, much healthier than what I was before. And I think everyone should follow this whole plant-based diet. And I'm sure these hacks must be helpful for you. It's not a big deal. When I was sick, I cooked. So definitely when you're healthy, you can really cook this way. No excuses. Yes, right? You're on mute, doctor.
Yes. Thank you, Jayshree. That was very inspiring. And I just want to say that, like, it's so nice that your whole family adopted it, but even there, your daughters, in laws, and everywhere it's going on. And so you have been responsible for making so many people healthy thanks to your cancer.
Yes,
That
thank you,
is
doctor.
just amazing. And by the way, for the viewers, Louise Hay also suffered from cancer, and she actually reversed her cancer without any medical help.
Yes. And I'm a Louise A teacher and a coach now. Thanks to my cancer, I followed her footsteps. So I help people to heal through mind body work also.
And Jayshree also conducts a program, a free program every Wednesday, a Q&A program for cancer, people with cancer who can ask their questions and learn. So if anyone you know has such a problem, hope nobody does, but cancer has become so common these days, and they can just join Jayshree for free, and she will answer their questions, which is a big support because it's so scary when you have such a disease, right? So thank you, Jayshree, for that.
Thank you, doctor.
Okay. So last but not least, I want to thank Nipa, who has been doing the role of co-hosting and spotlighting, and Nipa. So please, would you like to share your story and your hacks?
Thank you, Doctor. Good morning, everyone, and wish you all a happy Mother's Day. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Nipa Mangat. I'm from Mumbai, and I'm a mother of two grown-up children. My daughter is 23 and my son is 21. Both of them are abroad right now, studying and working. And I'm here, but while they were here, I want to tell you a little background. I was born in a Jain family. So, I thought I was compassionate enough. And just because I did not eat meat and egg, and just when I saw a few videos of cruelty that's happening in the dairy industry for compassionate reasons, for I couldn't see the cruelty. I turned plant based. Actually, I turned vegan, I should say, at that time, because yeah, I decided that I did not want to consume dairy. But I have been a fitness enthusiast. I used to run marathons, I lift heavy weights, I do yoga, and all this got me thinking like, yes, I have stopped dairy, but will I get enough nutrition? It was a question because I was told that paneer is important for protein and things like that. And it got me really inquisitive. So I did the whole food plant based nutrition course on eCornell to learn about whole food plant based nutrition. I just heard it was a big surprise. Like, I didn't know what whole food plant based nutrition meant. But after doing that, I was so surprised because whole food plant based not only is complete nutrition when you balance your food, but it also helps you reverse or prevent lifestyle diseases. This was unheard of. I never knew this existed. This was possible before I learned, because my father, he was a heart patient and so was his family. He had got two bypass surgeries in his lifetime and multiple angioplasties, and in the end he even had to use a pacemaker. So I just took it for granted that, okay, I have his genes and I'm going to be the same and I'll just learn to manage my disease. But this was a surprise. The whole food plant based can reverse lifestyle diseases. So I was like, now how do I use this in my everyday life, right? And also there were questions like, where do I get my calcium? Where will I get my protein since I've stopped? And all these got me to Sharan. And here, under Dr. Nandita, under Reina, Rose, I learned all about whole food plant based. How do I cook without oil? How do I cook without dairy? What is the importance of raw? Jaishri already told you how she ate so much raw, and she could reverse her cancer symptoms. So I learned with Dr. Nandita and with Rena how to cook without oil. So most of my colleagues had given you their hacks. Today I have chosen a couple of hacks. Yeah, sorry, I have to tell you. After I went whole food plant based, so vegan I turned 9 years ago, and I joined Sharan in 2020 just before lockdown. And since then I have followed this lifestyle. So I have seen tremendous changes. My energy has gone up. I used to get frequent colds and coughs, and I used to be on antihistamines or cold medicines every week, and they have just vamooshed. I have not taken a medicine for the last 9 years, nothing at all. I even got COVID twice, and I could reverse that without any medication. The symptoms, since I was already on this lifestyle, the symptoms didn't last too long. I think my fever just lasted a day and a half. And this I know I was positive because I had got a blood test done. Not a blood test, sorry, the swab test done, and I knew I was COVID positive. But my fever lasted a day and a half, and I think I got a headache for like 3 to 4 days. But I just followed our principles. I had lots of water. I ate raw initially, and I was fine. Just I isolated myself so that my family didn't get it. So I could reverse COVID. I mean, recover from COVID, all that so easily just because I was in this lifestyle. I also lift heavy weights, and I'm proud to say that in my club, when we have gym competitions, I'm always on the winning side for my age category. So I'm really proud to say this, being plant based. And a few hacks that, yes, thank you. Also, after seeing these changes, and also out of compassion, my children, my daughter who was then 15 and my son who was 14 also gave up dairy, and right now they're in the US and they're managing this lifestyle as much as they can. Of course they're vegan, but they try to do as much whole food plant based, and they also have never fallen sick, and it's been great. So yes, today I would like to share a couple of hacks. My friends have already shared. I would like to tell you that my children love peanut butter. They always love peanut butter, and this whole peanut butter jelly craze that they had. And store-bought peanut butter always has, preservatives. It has oil. It has excess salt. So I just learned how to make it at home. And it's really simple. All you need to do get is organic peanuts. That's what I get. And then I roast them. There are two options. We can roast them either in the oven if you want. Like I usually put it in my oven tray with a silicone mat. About 10 minutes, they get roasted in my oven. Of course, every oven is different. Or then I sometimes do it on the tawa if I'm in a rush. So I'll do that. And then we'll take the smallest jar of a good mixie. My mixie is like Sujata mixie and it's 900 watts. So a powerful mixie works well. And you can fill the jar about 3/4. So these blades that you can see that need to be covered completely when you're making the peanut butter. And all you need to do is just roasted peanuts. Since we are following whole food plant based, I don't even peel the peels when they start when the after the peanuts are roasted. I don't even peel them. It just gets blended really well. And I've got the peanut butter to show you. So this is the peanut butter that I've made at home. The consistency. This is the peanut butter. Yeah. And so these it can be had in different ways. Like my children love to put it on toast, whole wheat toast, or even sometimes, jowar roti, they like to have it on that. A paratha. Sometimes they'll just put it on a paratha and roll it and have it. And I also make, since they used to love Nutella. Komal already explained to you one way of making the Nutella, but I do it with peanut butter also. So I just blend into it peanut butter and then I will add dates and I will add cacao powder. You can see this is chocolate peanut butter and this becomes a chocolate peanut butter. So again, we enjoy it with our toast and however you want it. So these are the two butters. Now, same recipe, same form can be used with different nut butters. You can make cashew butter, almond butter, um, pistachio butter. All this, just roast your nuts and one ingredient, just blend it well. Similarly, you can do it with all your seeds. You can do sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, any of these seeds, and it will be seed butter. So all the tahini that we buy from store is actually sesame butter. But of course, when you buy it from out, they'll add excess oil and salt and all that. So you can just make it at home. It's really simple. One ingredient, just roast your seeds and blend it. Also, another tip I want to share with the peanut butter. So what I do is, since we are doing oil-free cooking, this is a potli. What I have done is I've taken a muslin cloth and I've put 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and this is like a potli I've made. And this is what I will use on our tawa before we make the dosas, just to grease it lightly. Again, no oil. So we will use the natural oil which will come out from the peanut butter just to grease it a little bit. And yeah, so for your chillas, for your dosas, for your parathas, initially when you want to make your tawa non-stick, like I use an iron tawa, and then just one the first time only, and then it's fine. So that's another tip. Also, we use something called the coconut butter. Yes, Vibha is asking, can we use coconut butter? So this, I have got this coconut butter to show you. It is very simple. You get desiccated coconut in the market. If you can buy a good brand, organic, I buy Pure and Sure, organic desiccated coconut. And since it's already dry and there is no moisture, we don't need to roast it. You can use it directly. Just put it in your same jar, the mixie jar, and blend it. And it hardly takes 2 to 5 minutes to make your coconut butter. So that's done. Now this coconut butter, we can use it on our parathas again. This is a good replacement for ghee. For those who are used to ghee and don't know how will they have that moisture on their paratha, you can just place it on top, or I also add it in my dal sometimes to give that richness or that oily feeling. I will add it to some vegetables sometimes. In the vegetables, I like to add sometimes sesame butter, depends, to give the flavor, or just like a spoon in the gravy to thicken the gravy, or sometimes peanut butter, sometimes coconut butter. So yes, so all these are, so if you have, what you can do is one day, like, just sit down and make a couple of butters and then you're set, because these butters will last in your refrigerator, just in these bottles like I have put them. Sorry, not in the refrigerator, on your shelf. It doesn't need to be refrigerated. It just lasts at room temperature in your kitchen on the shelf, and it lasts for 3 months. Of course, it may just finish before that because we're going to use it all the time. So these are a couple of hacks with the nut butters. And also, I've learned at SHARAN how important raw is. Like Komal told you about the green smoothie. And so I like to include raw in all my meals. So I like my salads also. And to make quick dressings, you can use any of these nut butters. So this can be your base. You just take a tablespoon or two of your nut butter and you add water, just depending on what consistency you wanted, some lemon juice, some salt. And then you can, for the flavor, you can add whatever you want. You can have chili flakes, you can add onion if you eat onion, garlic, or any of the herbs, or even ginger, just to give the flavor. So that becomes your dressing. And it's simple, right? You already have your nut butters in your kitchen, and just the quick dressing, quickest way to make a dressing is the nut butter base. So these were my nut butter hacks. Now, to always make sure I eat a lot of raw, I like to have chutneys, green chutney always with my meals. So sometimes you run out of coriander or pudina is not there. So that's why whenever I have more coriander and it's getting spoiled, or I don't want it to get spoiled, actually, I make a lot of chutney and then I put it in an ice tray and make cubes out of it. And then eventually I'll put them in a glass bottle like this. If you can see, these are cubes of chutney. And they're ideal size because then you don't have to thaw the entire chutney, just remove it as many cubes that you want, and then you can thaw these and you can eat your chutneys. Similarly, I do the same thing with a couple of sauces that I make, because we don't buy store-bought ketchup, which is just full of chemicals. So if I have a chili sauce that I made, a chili garlic sauce, or if I made like a pesto sauce, I will do the same thing. I will put them in the ice tray, freeze them, and then put them in a bottle and keep, so I have sauces ready. So you don't even have to spend time at that time, and then I don't have a reason of not to do whole food plant based and then start using store bought. I don't want to do that. So these are a few hacks. Also, one different new hack that I've started doing is, I whenever I have excess smoothie, I just like to freeze it like this in a lolly, and then this is a good way of eating a popsicle in the summer. And I've been eating these very often, doctor, very recently, because it's so hot and you just want something cold. And I have my smoothie in a popsicle ready to eat. So yeah, these are a few hacks. Also, my children, and of course, the entire younger generation is like protein, protein, protein. Like they're so crazy about protein. So what do? So there are a few tips you can add, like, hemp seeds. I've started doing that sometimes in my smoothie. I add hemp seeds. Or you can put them on your salads and eat, because that will boost your protein. You can add flax seeds to your salads, because that gives you omega-3 as well as protein. Chia seeds. So just keep a few of these seeds. You can add either in your smoothie or you can add in your salad to increase the protein content. Also, sometimes when I've boiled my rajma or chole and have excess of that, instead of letting it go waste or cooking extra, I will just take the boiled chole and put in the freezer, so that I already have protein ready for me the next time I want to use. So these are a few hacks that I use. So I hope I was able to help you all. Thank you. And if you are just thinking, still not there, and you're taking that step about whole food plant, don't wait too long. Believe me, you will see the changes in your body, in your energy. And everybody asks me, like, really, are you vegan? Are you sure you'll get your protein? Yes, I get my protein. I wore a wrong top, long sleeve. I would have shown you my biceps, but yeah, I'm strong. So thank you so much.
Nipa, thank you for that inspiring talk. And I just want to say that, you know, I just want to say that Nipa is a marathoner. She's a fitness freak. She goes for yoga classes every day. She gets all the nutrients she needs. And yeah, it's just a matter of planning and putting it in place. So thank you for that.
Thank you, doctor.
Okay, so before I end, I just want to share a few of my own tips. And I'm not a real mother, but I am a mother to many animals. I'm always rescuing animals and I'm looking after many animals. And of course, I don't feed them any of this. But they do eat all these kind of leftovers like brown rice and dals, and so especially the dogs. Anyhow, I also want to say that one of the reasons that I'm plant based is because eating animals separates babies from mothers. And this Mother's Day, I really want to think about this because, you know, if we consume dairy, we've separated a baby from its mother. If we consume meat, we've separated. I mean, those animals die when they're young and they are raised just for food and they're not kept with their mothers. So that's another important reason to celebrate Mother's Day by being plant based, according to me. So few of my hacks. Uh, yes, I always keep the nut butters, and Nipa, I don't have as much time as you, but I do know the places where you can get organic nut butters and organic seed butters. So I always make my dressings and keep them ready. I also have in my freezer date chutney, date tamarind chutney, green chutney, red chutney. So you can make a sprout chaat, chole chaat, aloo chaat. I often recommend it to my patients as an evening snack when they're looking for something, fried or chatpata. But I often make this as a dinner, because it has the beans and then the steamed potatoes and then the raw vegetables and the raw chutneys. So you have a combination of a high protein and raw meal. And I also keep my greens washed and ready. I love to have salads and I love to have salad greens. So I wash them and keep them ready in a box, also the coriander and everything, so that it can be used very quickly. I also have roasted peanuts, roasted sesame, roasted and crushed peanuts and sesame, and grated coconut ready so that you can replace oil in any meal. I recommend this, and I don't always do it, but I recommend to soak a bean every night so that you always have some beans that you can either cook or sprout so that the bean thing keeps going. One of the ways that I cook fast is to cook two things in one pot. So while my vegetables are steaming above, my rice or my grain, if it's millets or whatever, is steaming below. So I'm not using water to steam, but the rice is in below, and on the colander side there are the vegetables, so that everything can be done together at one time and you don't lose any nutrients of the vegetables. It goes straight into the rice and actually even flavors the rice. And many people ask me, what do we do in summers when we don't get greens? So luckily I live in a place where I get greens all year round. I live in South India and otherwise in Mumbai, but I know that in North India sometimes it's difficult to get greens during the summer, especially organic greens. And so keep in mind that there are green powders available in the market, and you can also freeze your greens. Like I often freeze curry leaves, or if I have greens left over, too many greens, I just freeze them. Spinach can be washed and chopped up and put in a box in the freezer so that you can reach out to it at any time and put it in your smoothie, so that you can keep your smoothies going even during the hot summers. So these are my few tips for today. Now, before I end, I do want to answer all those questions, and I'm going to share my screen to share a few things before getting to those questions, because I think that this will answer many of those questions as well. And then, Nipa, you could help me by calling out the questions, and any of our team can answer them. So I just want to share my screen and go to our website. And someone was asking about where can they reach out to Jayashree. And so if anyone wants to consult either Dr. Aarti or Jayashree or Komal or myself, we are all consultants. All you need to do is book a consultant. So Jayashree is a counselor, Dr. Aarti and I are doctors, and Komal is a nutritionist. So you can just book it there, right? Also, some of the recipes that we showed Most of them are here, and many, many more. We have 600 oil free recipes and a few desserts with jaggery so that your children can be satisfied. So, do look at all our recipes and use these resources. And remember that we have events all the time. This is Jayshree's ongoing every Wednesday cancer support group. Reina does healthy book readings for spiritual and emotional wellness. And then we have all these cooking classes. Remember that if your curd isn't coming out well, this is a class to join, and the recording is available now. Or if you need desserts for your kids, here's a fabulous ice cream workshop. And this one is coming up, finger foods for kids. So that's another one. So there are a few cooking classes surrounding Mother's Day, especially for mothers. And I'm coming up with a talk for World Hypertension Day. Sorry, I didn't mean to do this. So that heart disease and hypertension can be reversed. And Jayashri is coming up with a special program about self love. So do look into our various programs. People who still need help to go plant based for whatever your reason may be, or maybe it's just because you're a mother, then you could go to this class, which is with our nutritionist Madhura Vayal. And remember, we always have potlucks and things. This is one in Hyderabad where you can join us and meet other people who are following this lifestyle. So, I would like to now get to some of the questions. So, Nipa, do you want to read out the questions which are not done?
Yeah, just can you use fresh coconut for coconut butter?
No, fresh coconut will not grind into a paste like that, but you can use fresh coconut to make coconut milk or a coconut. If you have a really good blender, Nipa did mention how important it is to have a good blender when you're following this lifestyle, right? So, if you have a good blender, you can put all the coconut, fresh coconut grated into the blender with some water, and you need not even sieve it. If it's really good, you can use that as coconut milk itself, but you need a dry one for the. Oh, Nipa, I should have let you answer this. I'm sorry, I took.
No, it's fine, doctor. Can non-cancer people, I mean, without cancer, join and gain tips to avoid Jayashree's talk?
Jayashri, over to you.
Yes, yes, surely I have many who are non-cancer also in the group. You can definitely join.
Thank you
Okay.
for that.
Thank you. And I think most of the questions were already answered in the chat. Some questions were regarding the salad, which I think Komal has answered. But Komal, if you would like to elaborate on whatever you said about your salad and, the quantities and the container.
Yeah, the question was regarding the proportion in the salad. So go as per your wish, the way you like it. But be aware that you're having at least 50% raw in your salad, and rest can be dressing and cooked vegetables and tofu, etc. Regarding the container, any airtight container is okay. The one I have, I got as a gift, so I really can't help you. Where did I get from? So yeah, any airtight glass container is good to go with.
Just a
Yeah.
normal glass jar can do the work, right?
Yeah,
You
that
have
will
a
do.
little bigger glass jar, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So you don't need to go out searching for that container.
yes,
You can start making your salads right away.
yes. And why is it like I told you so that when we mix vegetables and dressing, it will release water. When we make it in this way, it won't release water. That's the only difference, nothing else.
There's a question, can palak be used in raw in the smoothie?
Yes. In fact, all the greens that are edible can be used in the raw form in the smoothie.
Yes, but palak only once or twice in a week because it does have oxalates.
Yeah. Peanut curd recipe, Bhavna is asking, is on our website. We can
I
try.
shared the recipe. I'll share again. It's
The
shared.
link. Yeah, the link
I've
is
shared
shared.
again.
And I just want to tell you that you don't have to worry too much about this. You just go to our recipes section and go to dairy and meat alternatives, and then you'll find various recipes for curds. Remember, there are 6 different recipes for curds. You can try out the ones that you like and use it.
I think, Doctor, most of the questions are done.
So, and so is our time. So, I just want to thank you all for being there, for, the intention. And before I end, I would love to hear from any of you if you want to share. Have any of you already followed plant-based diet and seen results and would like to share? If yes, please share, because I know that you also will help inspire many others.
Sorry, Doctor, 2 quick questions have come up.
Okay,
When
but
we
let's just do this first, huh?
okay, sure.
So, is there anyone here who would like to share?
Maybe I will let them more.
Okay, not really.
I want to share. There is Pushpa who wants to
Pushpa.
share.
Okay, great.
I'm
Pushpa?
gonna.
Yeah.
I'll just go to the host settings. Maybe allow unmute. Yeah, I have allowed to unmute. You can try, Pushpa.
Thank you. I have recently joined SHARAN's sugar-free resolution under Reina MEMS from January 1. Till the day before, I was highly craving for sugar. I was buying at least 2 kilos of brown jaggery for my decoction coffee. The next day onwards, however, I changed. I don't know, ma'am. The teaching was highly transformative for me. It went into me very well, and from the second day, third day onwards, I could easily feel myself quitting. I just think I don't want sugar.
Congratulations for that.
Not even a teaspoon of sugar is necessary. It was taught there. So just I recover, and also I was suffering from anxiety, focus disorders, like that. So I was finding an answer till my childhood. That's an inner search that was going on. So the moment I received this information, I craved for better focus than for the sugar cravings.
Wow. Pushpa, thank
So
you for sharing. It was
yes,
very
ma'am.
inspiring, and I'm going to give others a chance now. But
Yes,
it was really very inspiring to hear from you. Is
yes,
there
ma'am.
anyone else who would like to share like Pushpa?
Thank you.
So I think Bhavna, yeah, Shriveni.
Yeah, hi. I joined Sharon the the 14-day dairy-free course because I have a child with Down syndrome, and he was not, like taking in dairy, and so I was looking for alternatives. So, and it really helped him, not only him, but and he was actually throwing up after meals or because I used to give him milk or the curds, the dairy products, and then he was throwing up. But then after stopping and shifting to non-dairy things and the smoothies in the morning and all that has stopped now. He's not throwing up and he's doing fine now. And then that it did not help him alone, but it has helped our entire family. And even I used to have a lot of joint pains, muscle cramps, and all that. And within, say, about 10 days, 1 week or 10 days, all that has vanished. I had even consulted an ortho, but it did not help me much. But then after changing to non-dairy thing, it has really helped. So I should say a big thank you to Sharon.
Thank you for joining and thank you for doing it. And imagine if, we all would just leave mothers to their own kids and not consume dairy. We see the benefits when we do that. Isn't that amazing? And so I also saw that Bhavna Banerjee has shared that 3 years back she left, she went to plant-based and her HbA1c went from 8.3 to 6.9. And that's diabetes. And of course, we can reverse diabetes. So imagine if we can reverse all these diseases and train our children to prevent and even reverse, then we can build a culture of a healthy society. Let us all contribute to that. Are there any others, Nipa, that you wanted to say? There were a few more questions, right?
Yes. So Anupam is asking, when we do tadka or roast or steam, do we lose nutrition even even in oil-free cooking? As in, is nutrition loss there?
So, if you cook anything, you've lost nutrition as compared to raw, which is why Jayashree, when she had cancer, went to more raw, high raw, right? But given that we are all not going to go to 100% raw overnight, let us cook in the best way at the lowest temperatures. And when we steam, then everything is cooked at 100 degrees. But when we cook in other ways like fry or anything, the temperature is much higher, and so you're losing more nutrition. So let's always try to do the best we can.
Thank you. And yes, can we make Indian masala chai with any of the plant-based milks?
Yes, you can. You have to make sure that the milk doesn't curdle, and there are ways for that. So, would anyone like to share about that? I myself never consume chai for health reasons. So, if anyone would like to share and give a tip on that.
So I've shared that masala chai recipe that's on the website. So you don't need any dairy for that. You can use either cashew milk or soy milk, any milk, and no need of any tea leaves also. So just follow that recipe because tea leaves are also highly acidic. Yeah.
Thank you, Komal, for that.
Thank you. Does sprouts need to be consumed raw or steamed cause it causes bloating for weak digestion?
Who would like to answer that?
Okay, see, if it does not suit you, if you feel bloated, then you can steam it. And over a period of time, as your gut heals, maybe you can again try having it raw.
As you like, but don't have zero raw just because sprouts doesn't suit you, unless you have a real condition, and then we can help you with consultations.
Anupam really wants to know if there's any replacement for salt.
Anupam, I don't think that salt is the worst thing. We are eating so many worse things than salt, and even animals need salt licks. So we need a certain amount of salt, especially living in a hot country like India. But there are a variety of healthier salts available in the market which are directly from plants rather than from the sea, or mineral salts like from the mountains. And you could have one of those if you prefer.
Could you tell us, doctor, which ones?
Yeah, you know what? I have to look up the name because I haven't used it myself. But there's a plant that grows in the desert which has, um, one sec, I'll look it up.
What about Himalayan pink salt? Is that fine to have?
Yeah, I mean, that's good, but it's still salt,
Mm.
right? Okay, there's a plant called salicornia. I'm just going to show it to you. And you can even buy salicornia salt, which is supposed to be the best salt for health in the world. And you can buy it online as well. Now, I haven't used it, so I can't tell you whether it's good or not, but you can, this plant is dried up to make salicornia, which can be used in place of salt.
Thank you, doctor. How do we get adequate calcium into children's diets?
Komal, over to you.
Well,
Okay, for children's diet, first thing to get adequate calcium is remove dairy completely. That itself will help them erosion of calcium from the bones. Secondly, you can start giving them calcium shots maybe twice or thrice in a week. So basically, sesame seeds has loads of calcium, 10 times more than cow's milk. So add it to their daily routine. The best way is to give it through milk, making it into a soaking it and making it into the milk by blending it. And give them enough green leaves. They have a lot of calcium. So, green smoothie, getting them used to a green smoothie is a wonderful way to get them all the minerals and vitamins needed.
And I just want to add to this, there's no known dietary deficiency of calcium in the world. The reason people have calcium deficiency is because they may have lack of vitamin D, so check everyone's vitamin D and supplement if necessary. And because they are consuming things which are acid yielding in our body. And so if we put acid in our body, we are taking calcium out of the bones to neutralize it. If we stop doing these things, no one will have a deficiency of calcium.
So, after I shifted to this lifestyle, my calcium count improved considerably. It was on the lower bottom end and it is now well in between.
even for me, when I was going through chemo and all, my bone density became so low. It was an osteoporosis, osteopenia. Just following this whole plant-based diet, within a year, my bones were back to normal. And the doctor in Induja told me, "Oh, your bones are better than mine. What are you doing?" Because with medication, your bones don't get normal. But with plant-based food, it does. So I used to have this calcium shot, which Komal said, almost every day with almond and sesame seeds and dates. And I would have it as a milk.
Yeah, and the recipe is there on our website if they want to check it out. So there's no more questions, but I would like to read out something. Dr. Pushpa says all of Sharan's online classes are too educative and motivating. I'm doing many classes, Heal with Pen, and now doing High Fruit Challenge. So thank you, Pushpa, for looking after yourself and taking your health in your own hands.
And
Thank you.
sharing how much you love our classes, because we
Yes.
also
Yes,
love them.
yes, Pushpa. I was 47 when I was diagnosed with cancer, and now I'm 64, and I'm doing extremely well compared to
Sorry.
what I was
Thank you.
in
Thank you.
47.
Thank you. Best wishes, madam. Thank you.
Also, one last question. Sorry, I'm just kindly clear the confusion about oxalates in raw greens, especially worried to give it to kids.
Okay, I
Doctor.
would like to take that.
Yes, yes.
So, when we're doing green, just a moment, when we're doing green smoothies, we're just adding a handful of spinach. We are only telling you to use it twice a week as a what do you say, as a protection. But actually, if you use that spinach every single day, nothing will happen to you. Don't forget that if you have cooked spinach, we're using the whole bunch in just one day for one person, right? And nothing happens. So nature would never make something so dangerous that is good for us. But let us be cautious, and also let us include other greens, because each green has different nutrients. In this way we can get all of them. And if by chance instead of 2 days you have 3 days of spinach, nothing will happen. Don't worry about oxalates. Worry about the processed and packaged foods that kids are eating outside every day instead.
Thank you. Anupam would like to say my pranam to Dr. Nandita ma'am and all the doctors. So great service, and the approach is so full of love and care.
Thank you, Anupam, and thank you, all of you, for being here. And yes, curry leaves can be added to a smoothie, and curry leaves help to keep your hair dark. So if you're like me and you don't want to use hair dye, then curry leaves may be the answer. Okay. Um, okay, somebody has asked, Mr. VK or VK has asked how to incorporate this diet if you have renal stones. And I just want to say that if you have specific ailments, then we always look into the cause of it and help to remove the cause. And this requires a proper consultation where we understand the medicines you're on, all your ailments, your current diet, and help to make it individualized for you. So please don't miss taking a consultation as early as possible so that it's not too late. Okay, with that, I'm going to say bye to all of you. Thank you for being here an extra half an hour. We enjoyed it as much as you, and happy Mother's Day to all of you. And if you're a man, happy Mother's Day to your mother. Okay, bye everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.